we're supposed to collaborate with each other, and we do. And if there's supernatural beings here, some of us see them, some of us don't. Why are we all here together? Is there a purpose for it? Or we just
Where
throw-
else? Where else would we go?
Well, it makes sense
Yeah.
that they're here, but the different astral levels and how some beings, you talked before about cryptids and how they use portals to come and go. It feels like is this a hub for something more, or are we not supposed to know?
You know, if you look at a clock, my theory is, and I used to talk to Dr. Clark when he and I were doing research up at NASA in Huntsville. Oh my God, on interdimensional physics. He'd say, you see this clock? This clock has 60 points in it. The first 57 minutes are the unseen. Those 3 minutes are the so-called real world.
Well,
Oh my God, I never forgot that. And that's coming from a rocket scientist. He worked on the space shuttle, a physicist that knew that. I learned so much from that guy. He's passed. I mean, he was an amazing human being. We did research for years. I have trunks full of all this stuff. Crazy formula stuff written on napkins, on toilet paper. It's just, restaurant menus. And that is valuable to me because that was my learning time. But you have to find something that you trust. But all these beings work together because it was set up like that. And also, this is the most important part, it's just one field. They're not separate. It's the physical senses that separate them. This is Ray Hernandez's work. And this is the greater reality, all this work he's done, and you can download his books for free. Rainiero Hernandez, A Greater Reality. Search that. You can download this stuff. This is life-changing material. And we all found out years ago that we were getting these downloads. All of us that didn't even know each other. And I'm on the low end of the totem pole. These are astrophysicists and doctors and psychiatrists, and here I am down here as an experiencer. But we're all getting these formulas. We didn't know what they were. It was a language saying that it's all one. If you consider that it's a soup pot, and who's in that soup pot is the off-worlders, aliens, humans, discarnate beings, all the different astral, mental, physical, spiritual, all the levels, all the cryptids, all of nature, all the animals, the rocks, everything's in there. It's all one. And you can access that if you can, but you have to find ways through the non-physical senses to tune into that, and it's available. And I've heard it said, my New Age friends say, well, the veils are lifting. I don't know what that means, except that it does seem that we are accessing higher and higher frequencies. Look what ANI is going to do. It's going to change the world. It's going to create huge problems, too. It's going to be as awful as it is good. But so is the horseless carriage. So what? We're going to figure this out, but we can only figure it out when we work together and when it becomes common knowledge that the unseen is 50% of the seen. I'll just say it that way. That's not exact. But we are getting better at that.
Are the boundaries blurred between beings? Like, are there human cryptids? Could that be possible?
Oh, wow. Now you've hit on one of my major research projects lately. So a cryptid, and a lot of them do use portals. A cryptid is a being that we can't find, but people, a lot of good people have seen it and say it's there. When we say, well, the government's working with them or seen them, there's no such thing as the government. That's like saying the people. There are certain aspects of the government that use some of these cryptids as assets. I won't get into that. But there are beings that are out there um, that are not cryptids, but who act a little like that. And this is the feral people of Appalachia. And why? Here's some ideas. Now, I want y'all to do your own research on this. I don't have all the answers. Why is every living thing in the woods scary to us? What is with that? Is the animal nature of ourselves, our own reptilian brain, telling us to avoid all of that? Why are so many people simply afraid of most things? The future, and we addressed this before, artificial intelligence, cryptids, aliens. If we can, and sometimes it's just strangers. If we continue to isolate our minds from the potential of things coming from the outside, let's say outside of the exosphere, from the dark woods, from anywhere we don't frequent, how about the fear of strangers? Really? I mean, really. It goes on and on and on. And I do that myself sometimes too. But here's the rub. There are indeed apex predators in those woods, but there's such a small percentage of the thousands of breathing things in the woods, these things that don't live in our houses, right? It's a very small percentage, but they got cred. I give a lot of thought to all this. I'm no different from you all in that the emotions, needs, and desires for social structure of some kind are important, right? We need those things. But think about this. What if there are feral people living in those woods? They're not preppers that were raised in society and they can go out and they can live in the woods now because they already have human skills.